Hi and welcome to this episode of Project Build. Today I'm making up a frame to deal with scrub trees, possibly small posts or broken posts, anything which needs to be pulled out of the ground. So my idea is to use the chain puller, but obviously I need some sort of frame to hold it off the ground such that it can pull on the tree. My thought here is I've got two pieces of tube left over from another job, and I have some spare bits of metal, so I'm thinking of creating a frame like that, so the tree would be sitting within the frame. I'm going to bring the tubes up either side here, have a support, a piece of angle from that side, and a frame at the top, and a piece of angle will run across the top, which allows the chain puller to hook onto, and that should allow me about 4 or 5 feet of pull, which is ideal for some of the trees. When you start to pull them, they start to run up slightly before the grip, so I need to have quite a bit of height. So I've squared up the frame just with 2 magnets to get it nice and even, and now I'll weld it. Now what I need to do is take the 2 vertical tubes and weld them to one of the frames to start with. So I've just welded the upright poles onto here, so it's starting to take shape. I've now got to put a piece of heavy angle across here, which will come back and down over the top of these and allow me to put a hole in the middle, which will let me connect in a shackle. And then what I'll do is I'll take a piece of lighter angle from here, and this will go on top up to this into the centre. I'll weld the 2 poles to the bottom of this, and that will have the angle underneath it, and that will stiffen the whole frame up and hopefully allow me to get these trees out. So I've now got the top piece of angle cut and welded on, ready for the hook to attach to. I'll still need to drill that, and I'm now putting the angle on and the frame on at the top. So I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll just weld that up. So here's the finished product. I still have to put a hole through here to put a shackle in, which will then connect to the lever hoist, and the tree will sit in within that shape. It's only very small trees we're talking, but this allows me to get in very close to a wall and so on. And the design of it is such that if you look along the sides, you'll see that the pull is coming on this section, which makes it want to go slightly that way. Most of the pressure will be supported by these 2 bars, and there'll be a very slight amount going onto this, just, you know, however many times that is, times the width of that. It will probably be 50 kilos or 100 kilos max on a straight push down on this one, while these will be dividing most of, say, it's a 1.5 ton chain puller that I've got. So that means though that the whole thing wants to tilt towards the direction where it's got a longer base, which is slightly out the way, so it will tend to want to pull it away from the wall. So if for instance, if I've got a wall here and there's a tree just right in at the very bottom of the wall, it will tend to want to pull it out very slightly, which is exactly what we want. So this is a slightly larger one, there's 3 parts to it. You can see how the chain goes from the hook, which is onto the outside of the piece of metal there. It goes through the tube, round the tree, back out, so that this really pulls in when this lifts. And we'll see if it pulls out now. Is it tightening on? You can see that the root is well pulled out, straight out of the hole, and it's just a wee silly root that's holding at the moment that's probably too strong for me, but nevertheless only a wee silly root. So it seems to be working very well. It's certainly pulled these out no bother. These are as big as anything I'd want to do without heavy machinery, so I'm quite happy with that.